Hello and welcome back to another Salty Saturday. We hope you have an amazing salty experience after this session. I hope you share Jesus throughout the week. If you didn't share Jesus in any small way or a big way, you can social media with a friend. Today I'm here with a friend and a sister, and we're about to have a discussion on one of the fruits of the Spirit, love, and then juxtaposing it with long suffering. I hope you enjoy our session. Stay tuned. So I'm here with a friend and a sister. We've known each other since we were how old? Young, from primary. Yeah, and then I'm here with her, and we're about to just so you just enjoy our gist. This is not an interview, just friends gisting. So I'll let her introduce herself.
Okay, my name is Joyce Kwanzaa, and I'm the CEO of Pop and Coordinate. It's a planning and coordination company. We are into all kinds of events.
So if you want any events,
yes,
my girl is here for
Call
you.
Me.
Yeah, so we are here. Joyce, you know we have a lot of conversations. If you see Joyce and I are chatting, voice notes or voice. We always have a lot to say about life in general and everything, events, weddings. We are big on weddings and events. So yeah, we are just about to talk about one of the fruits of the Spirit. We're in the season where we are talking about the fruits of the Spirit. And one of the fruits of the Spirit we're about to talk about is love. But not just the romantic aspect of love. We are juxtaposing it, as I said earlier on, with long suffering. So Joyce, you know how we've had friends that have left and friends that have stayed and all that. What do you feel about love and long suffering? Like, you know, you say you need to learn how to forgive. How long does forgiveness have to take? Not like forgive and not and have the person back. Like, how long do you take to forgive and keep bringing the person close? And sometimes you need to forgive and say bye.
Thank you for your question. I think everybody has a threshold in everything and on everything. And as children of God, in as much as we are told to forgive, there are some things that happen and you know, this is a no-no. You can forgive once, twice. You are supposed to forgive.
But you have to let go.
But then sometimes you just have to let go because you can't keeping a toxic person in your life. It won't even help your Christian growth because just imagine you have this friend in your life and this person keeps doing hurtful things to you. You keep forgiving. At a point in time, you realize you start hating the person without even realizing you start hating the person. And hating somebody is not the fruit of the Spirit. And I don't think it's something that we want to show as children of God. So I think at a point when you realize, no, it's not going to work.
Just let go.
Just let go. You forgive, but then you let go. And yesterday I was listening to a sermon. And then the pastor was also talking about forgiveness, coincidentally. And then he said these same things I'm saying. He was saying sometimes you just have to let go. Like you forgive from afar. From afar. Hello, hi. Then
it's
you know,
enough.
yes, it's enough. You don't
remove.
Yeah, so
yeah,
that's what I think.
I think what you said is something about how if you're not careful, you end up being hurtful.
Yeah.
Because, or like hateful.
Hateful.
You know, I've actually had a friendship like that. Like, you know that the person they bore you, but you know you are sinning, right? Because any small thing the person does, you either pick on the person or get angry unnecessarily because of the things the person may have done. It triggers sometimes because the person may be innocent, but you just get triggered.
Yeah.
So I think it's true. Sometimes you just have to let go and say bye and all that.
And yeah, sorry to cut you off. One thing that I've learned growing up is I learned this in church actually. When something is able to change your demeanor, when something is able to change how you feel, the thing becomes a god in your life. So if you start realizing that as soon as I see my friend, as much as I'm happy, the littlest thing my friend does upsets
annoys
me,
you
should know that no, you've gotten to that place where
you need to let go of that friendship. I agree.
Because if not,
you end up sinning.
Yeah. Basically.
Yeah, I agree because sometimes, you know, as I say, you be with someone, everything the person does, you're like, so why are you there?
So
yeah, why are you there?
You just have to exit.
So let's move. You see, you can exit when it's a friendship. So imagine you're a Christian, you're supposed to have this fruit of the Spirit. It's a process and all that. You are supposed to be there for people. You're supposed to show love. So you can show love to what about the person is your family member? You can't just cut the person off. What do you do?
Okay, so
you are showing love, but Charlie.
Even with the friendships, I'm big on praying for people. You pray for everybody, even your friends. So if it's a family member and you have to deal with that person, you can't necessarily cut the person off. but you can minimize contact with the person. But I think it will be hard if, assuming it's your sister
Staying
or
in
your
one house.
brother,
Yes.
then you should just probably have a conversation with them. Let them understand that, see, this
You don't
and
need
this,
to have certain conversations, but we are siblings. We can love each other.
do you
for now.
understand? Yes. But if you are fortunate or fortunate enough for it to be a long distance relative, then you don't, because you don't have the person in your face
All the
every
time.
day. So there's a way for you to maneuver around the whole situation. Yes. So that's what I think about. But then you should pray for them, regardless, so that God would open their eyes to the understanding of their behavior and what yes.
So they don't understand their
Yes,
behavior.
because some people don't realize what they are doing until I think the Holy Spirit just makes it dawn on that person that, oh, take me for instance. Initially, I used to get upset over very, very little things. Very, very little things. And I have a sister. So one time something happened and she was like, Jay, we have to talk. And I was like, what? She was like, I realized nowadays every little thing I say you get upset, and I didn't even realize it. So I had to sit back and like realize for myself that there's something wrong. And then it brought me back to the fact that other people had also been saying that I easily get upset. Do you understand? So, and I think it was just the working of the Holy Spirit. He drew my attention through my sister to it.
But some people will not accept that. What about that? You know, there's some people that you can have a conversation with them and say, you've done this, you've done that. They are like somebody I know, they will cry. Me. It's like, you know, and you feel so bad. You know, Joyce, like, am I the bad person? Maybe I am. Then it goes on and on and on, and you realize that I'm not the bad person. What about people like that? You pray for them. They don't have been aligned with listening to the Holy Spirit.
That's the whole long-suffering thing. So they are saying it, they are not listening, they are not realizing it. That's the whole long-suffering. Be patient with them. And then I think we are in a society where everybody is different, obviously, and we all learn how to deal with people. How I deal with you is different from how I'll deal with somebody else. So if you get to realize that, okay, this person is this way, you have to be very, very particular about.
You. Because you know, you have some friends that you know that this my friend, I cannot do some things to her. If you come and talk, she can get triggered about it. She has the soft spot for these kind of things. So I think in patience and long suffering, which is like patience over a period of time, I think we need to learn. What you're saying is good. How you treat everyone is different. We need to be patient with people and understand their person. So that you don't, maybe Joyce doesn't want to hear. There's some people that they're already triggered about rape cases. You know? So you can't go in front of her and talk about rape and make it demean rape. She will flip because she has experienced that before. So I think we need to be patient with people and understand who they are and how to treat every individual. I like that point. So now, Joyce, let's look at it in relationship. You see on social media, you see how people go like, the guy has nothing but be patient with him, or be him or bring and all that kind of you know. How do you feel about that?
Okay, so
let me ask you a question. So can you stay with a broke guy till he makes it? Okay, because when I say till he makes it, what if he takes it forever? So like, can you?
I think it's dependent on a lot of things. Okay, so is this person working towards making it? Do you understand? Is this person seeking the face of God in that journey of wanting to make it? So personally, these two things count. If you are not putting in effort, both spiritually and physically, I'm sorry. Because one thing I know about God is there's no way God, especially when it comes to men, it's something I learned some time back. God is very particular about men and then the work of their hands, because he has made them spiritual heads. And if you're a spiritual head in a home, or you're going to be a spiritual head in a home, God will not want you to be broke, else you can't hold your home. And when you get married, God puts people in your care. It's like Adam and Eve in the garden. God gave Eve to Adam. God gave the garden to Adam. Adam was tending to the garden. Adam was tending to Eve. He's supposed to make sure everything around him is productive. Everything around him flourishes. So how does my family flourish if I don't have the resources to make my family flourish?
Come on.
Do you understand? So if you are not working physically, especially spiritually, on getting to that point. I'm sorry, but I can't.
Yeah, so that you can't
Yeah.
long suffer for somebody who
No,
doesn't seem to have a
because at the end
vision
of
or
the
a
day,
purpose.
you end up with a man in a home where you're not happy. You're unhappy. For how long are you going to suffer? No,
But the
no.
Bible says long suffering.
Long suffering, but then at the end of
So
the
how
day,
long?
there's an
There's
end.
always an end
Do you
to it.
understand? So for how long?
I agree with you because I feel like there's some people that they are using that thing or we need more brain and then because me I like to work with people and start with somebody, build. It's beautiful to build with your
Yeah.
man, but you can build with a rich man. You guys can start something together. It's still building. But then some of the guys who are lazy and want women who are resourceful and very hardworking use that because I've had guys come to me and tell me they want me and I'm like, oh no, and they feel like I'm saying no because
They don't
are
have
not working or
money.
they don't have money and you don't know what will come of me in the few years. And I'm like, okay, let something come of you, I'll be glad for you. But they don't know that I've been with a man who didn't have much and we're very happy because this guy was so hardworking and was working towards his craft. So if I see this guy make it one day, I'll be so glad that this guy has made it. Whether
And you
I'm
actually
with
won't
him
be surprised
at all because he was hardworking.
Yeah.
But people just throw that thing and then expect women to. Don't you think they put a lot of pressure on us? You need to work with the man. You need to support the man. You need to do this. You need to do that. It's too much.
I think it's society. We come from a society where even during our mother's times, women have had to succumb to a lot of things. So if a man says he wants you, he wants to marry you, and he's not working and you say no, it's like you're not being a good person. Like, hey, you like money.
You like money.
It's not wrong. It's not wrong to like money.
Even the men, don't they like money?
It's not wrong to like money because even the men like money.
If you don't have money as a human being,
it puts a lot of pressure on women. And I think I'm grateful to God that the women of today, especially the Christian women of today, are coming to an understanding that it's not about you suffering with the man that will make the marriage work
or make you a good wife.
No,
marriage is not about suffering.
I'm grateful to God. It's that perception is getting wiped out.
Yeah, because we are tired.
Long,
because we've seen some people have experienced their mothers and work a lot and be there for their fathers. And some men are not grateful. They reach a stage in life and
then the whole
that's
thing
when they know the kind of person they want to
marry.
With. You're not my kind of woman and all that. But that's not the reason why even some girls are scared to help a man. But what you said, his purpose, like, is he really connected to God and is he really working hard to make it?
Yes, because I've learned over a period of time that if you even, let's say, starting a business, if assuming my purpose in business, is to sell yogurt over here.
Go.
To sell yogurt over here. And I say, oh no, let me sell, let's say, clothes. I'll struggle. So that's even one of the reasons why the God factor comes in.
So the guy doesn't work for nothing.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
Because it'll be like long years of unproductive. Do you get? So if you get somebody who is willing to put in the work spiritually and physically, and you see them doing it, because some people are there just mouth. It's just mouth.
I'm working, so under fear.
Hello, where are you, babe?
I'm working, I'm busy, babe.
He's lying. Do you understand? But then if you are great, you are fortunate enough to meet somebody who is actually doing it, and you can see the person doing it, you know that's okay. This is somebody that's do you understand him. And even with that, you as a person, obviously as a Christian woman, you even pray
for your man to make it. Yeah, that's true.
Do you understand?
So long suffering in relationships, it has a limit.
Yeah, it has a limit.
And then we would only do it if the person seems to be on the right track with God and with his personal goals and achievements. Because it's true, Charlie, some men are lazying about and saying long suffering. Suffer with me and we'll make it together. Let's build together. Meanwhile, they don't have land, they don't have cement, nothing. Sometimes you end up bringing everything. You are building the house and they're just standing there doing, put it here, put it there. Come on. So let's move to generally friends or somebody you meet. And how do you show love in long suffering? How do you show somebody love when the person is not acting right, but you really love the person, not just a relationship like friends, siblings.
Friendships.
Somebody is not on the right track, but Charlie, you know that maybe the person doesn't know what he or she is doing.
So when-
How do you show long suffering in love? Like, how do you love the person for the longest, just to see that the person comes out well
Okay,
or changes from their ways?
I had an experience with this in school. I had a friend, and in the beginning stages of our friendship, I noticed there were some things that were off. But anybody who knows me knows I'm a quite forgiving person. So because of sometimes people try to take advantage of that,
Yeah.
but I don't think she knew that about me because it was a fresh friendship. And I kept forgiving, letting things slide. So my sister had an issue with it. We had a conversation about it with my sister. She was like, keep letting people do these things to you. I'm like, oh, maybe because of her background, she doesn't know.
She doesn't understand.
She doesn't understand. So I used to pray that she would realize what she has been doing. But in the long run,
She didn't.
she didn't realize it, and we are here. She's there, and I'm here.
So yeah, so like
She
just
understand.
so what will make you cancel such a friendship?
I think
When you feel like the person is not improving.
the person is not improving.
So where does the long suffering come in?
The long suffering comes in during the period where you stayed. Do you understand?
What if you have to wait and make sure that sometimes, because I'm asking this because as a Christian, right, before some people became Christians, they were sinners for years.
Yeah.
And somebody would say, I prayed for them, I was there for them, I waited till they changed. So I feel like sometimes long suffering comes with you hoping and praying that the person, having faith in the individual, whether a husband, a friend, or a sister, that the person will change. So like I'm wondering, when do you feel like this person is a dead case?
Okay, so as a Christian, you have a relationship with the Holy Spirit, right? First and foremost, even sometimes with some of our relationships, God doesn't want us to be friends with some people. We get there on our own accord.
Yeah.
Okay, that one aside. And then there are the relationships where God intentionally puts you there
To help such a person.
Do you understand? So, talking from a Christian point of view, because I'm a Christian, I'll ask Jesus.
Yeah, I agree with you. So you're right. I think you've answered the question.
Do you understand?
So sometimes you just have to be sure that this friendship, am I wasting my time?
Do you understand?
The Holy Spirit can definitely
He will prompt you on it. I found myself in a situation somewhere last year, and I asked God, what is my purpose for being here? I got my answer this year for the reason why I was in that situation.
Yeah.
Do you understand? I think at that point, because of what I was going through in that situation, I just even forgot about it. Like I stopped asking God about it. Funny enough, this year it came back to me, and I started asking God again that why
am I still here?
Why was I in that? Because it was very unpleasant, honestly. And then the Holy Spirit spoke to me. I listened to a sermon, and then something struck my spirit. I was like, oh, okay.
This is the reason. It makes sense.
Why? Do you understand? So I feel as children of God,
To be in tune with the Spirit.
that is one thing. One of our biggest problems, even with me staying here, is being so in tune that it's because it's supposed to be. He's the Holy Spirit. He's your helper. He's supposed to help you in everything. I have people who say they even consult with the Holy Spirit on what to use as skincare,
Even
routines.
what to wear.
Do you understand? But that's when you think, oh,
The
this
littlest
is
thing.
my news. This is. But if you are able to do that, that long suffering that you are going to go through, it will yield results first and foremost, and He will give you the strength to even go through the suffering. But if you are not,
Yeah, He will let you know when to cut it.
do you understand?
But you remember that friendship I had to end? Because I'm like long suffering for years. And you realize at a point
the
that
suffering was.
it was so long, but at a point I realized that I love her. So that's why I'm loving long suffering. I love her so much.
So-
I really wish things would go on well with her. But as you said earlier on about the hate, at a point I didn't hate her, I cannot hate her, but I got so annoyed about every little thing she does that I became a bad person. Because at a point I was not doing long suffering anymore. I wasn't patient. I was just wasting both of us our time.
Times,
And anything she does, I'm like, oh my God. And it can make you even a gossip.
Do you understand?
You know, I'm like, this girl, what she's doing, I don't like it. This girl, what she's doing, you keep talking.
It's
So
that nagging.
yes. So I think it's best you always get to know that God, am I wasting my time?
Or
Whether
not.
with the friend, sister, whatever.
And he'll give you an answer.
I agree.
God will give you an answer.
I really agree.
Sometimes the answer seems like it's keeping long. Like this answer is not coming. This answer is not answering, but it will come. And the day it comes, you will know that, oh, this is my answer.
So is there any other thing you want to say about love and long suffering and all that?
So I think as children of God, we have to take our relationship with the Holy Spirit very seriously, our relationship with God very seriously. Because one thing I've learned is when you don't consult God about everything that you are doing, you start to do things amiss. And you go through things you're not supposed to go through. So I would urge all Christian sisters, all Christian brothers to take our walk with God seriously. I'm working towards getting mine right. So let's all work towards getting ours right.